Hey guys, good afternoon. Very, very hot day in our states. Very hot day. Um, anyway, I hope everybody's doing well, and wherever you are, that you're having a good summer. It's a hot summer here where we are. So, but anyway, there's something I really briefly wanted to talk about, and I think it's a very important issue right now. And the reason why I'm even doing a lot of the things that I'm doing, which sometimes even to myself they don't make any sense, because sort of like other people, I had a much better life prior to getting involved in politics. And I got involved at an activist level. So for me, I didn't jump into wanting to run for Congress or wanting to, doing any of that. I got involved at a level where really all it was going out there and, holding a sign and attending rallies, Trump rallies. But the bottom line is that my heart was in the right place. I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to share my point of view, especially, when I saw President Trump getting attacked, as far as, with the racist card and saying that, Mexico's not sending their best and all of that. And it's not that Mexico's not sending their best. That sounds, it sounds sort of degrading. I mean, it sort of is, but the bottom line is that numbers basically speak for themselves. When you look at jails in America, a high percentage of jails are made up of immigrants, illegal immigrants, and Hispanics, immigrants, and then illegal immigrants, and it's a shame. It's a shame. It really is a shame that it has to be that way. I've always been against it, and the reason why I've been against it is because I have firsthand knowledge as far as how we live in our countries, and it's beyond me why people would deliberately commit crimes while moving to another country where they can have a better life, where they have more opportunities, where they have more, a better economy, jobs, whatever, right? So I never understood that. I mean, yeah, you could get into an accident, here and there. You could get a speeding ticket. You could, did certain things, right? But there's a lot of immigrants sometimes that are habitual, offenders of crimes that I always think to myself, why are they doing this? Or even simple behavior sometimes. Why are you behaving this way? Yeah, I understand that in Mexico, sometimes a lot of people commit crime because they're starving. There's a lot of robberies. There's a lot of armed robberies. There's a lot of theft. There's a lot of, a lot of that stuff. But, and I'm not obviously justifying it by any means, but sometimes I feel like people are so desperate that they don't care. They don't have anything to lose. So it comes to a point where they just don't care anymore. However, when it comes to America, it's a lot different. Everybody has an opportunity in America. Everybody has a way to find some sort of money in America. Everybody has, there are jobs. The quality of life is completely different, And so it makes me wonder why are you guys doing this? Hi, Jaime. Everybody say hi to Jaime. And got a lot to talk to you about, Jaime. Hopefully we can get on a call soon and I can share some stuff with you. It's really, really hot here in the city of Tijuana, and also in, I'm sure where you are too, where you're not too far away from me, in California. So anyway, I heard someone be asked a question this morning as to what they would do for their district if they were elected to Congress. And let me tell you something, being a politician, local, this is, what this video is about, being a politician, right? Politician and local and federal or national politics, right? Guys, you could be the most articulate, well-versed, studied, prepared individual and run for politics and still be a crook. Okay, that's what we have in Washington, isn't it? Isn't it? you could be the most studied, prepared, knowledgeable individual, and you could still be a crook. And you could maybe, not be as prepared or maybe as articulate as whatever else, but have your heart be in the right place. And by your heart being in the right place means fighting for the better of the people in general. And sometimes it may be just your district, just your constituents, and sometimes it may be at a national level, which was a lot of what we've seen recently. I mean, we've seen people out there who may not be entirely ready to be, doing the jobs that others have done for years, maybe technically, that's, we have a lot of attorneys, we have a lot of political science, majors, a lot of different people from all different walks of life. And then you just have someone go out there with, some sort of business knowledge and be the ones that are really kicking ass out there, especially at a time like this. Especially at a time where we don't want more people that are just going to tell us what we want to hear, and that when they get to power, when they get to Washington, when they're able to make decisions, when they're able to take bribes, when they're able to, seek an agenda for the people or seek an agenda for themselves, they're going to seek an agenda for themselves. We need, you can sound really well. You can say all the right things, but what really matters is what you do, not what you say. And you can say, we know a lot of people say a lot of things on the campaign trail. We know that a lot of people are going to say, we hear them. This is something that happens all over the world, not just in America. A lot of people, when they're campaigning, they will promise you everything. But let me tell you something. When I hear somebody ask a question about what they will do when they get to Congress, and their answer is, oh well, I'm going to focus on local environment problems. There's a lot of local environment problems, and I agree and whatever up to a certain extent, but there's something you cannot fake. Okay, you cannot fake being experienced in life. You can memorize stuff. You can memorize talking points. I recently took this pretty cool class when it comes to I'm not going to go into details, but I took this pretty cool class. I could literally, if you gave me a topic, say you give me a topic on this, right? Or this for lemons. In less than 5 minutes, I could sound like an expert at it just by doing 5 minutes of research on the internet. They're techniques. It's techniques. It's technology, right? So, in literally 5 to 10 minutes, I could sound like an absolute expert at that, and then fool you and pretend that I know everything about it, right? And say all the right things. But the bottom line is that I really don't. I just did 5 minutes of research on it. I think what really matters, guys, is what comes from your heart. That's what really matters. What comes from your heart. What obviously what experience you have, but experience that you are firsthand experienced of. Like when someone says, oh, I'm going to go out there and fight for America, and I'm going to go do some photo ops at the border. I'm going to grab a border agent and take some pictures and, stand next to him and pose next to him. And then that qualifies me to, and again, not that you have to be necessarily all that qualified, but the best people that we need right now, what we really need right now, not the best, but what we really need right now is people that are real, people that are doing this from their heart, people that are willing to not just say the right things, not just say what people want to hear, but when they get to Congress, if they get to Congress, because that's another thing. Do you really want to keep funding people, that are not even willing to put the work in to win an election? Some of these elections, technically, you go by numbers, right? You go by statistics. You go by history. How much money is it needed to win an election? There are districts where, say they've needed $400,000, $500,000 because they're not, hi Kim, hi Lucinda. There are districts that statistically have been known to require that amount to win. And people get 10 times that amount and they can't win. Why? So look at it that way. if you were technically in the beginning of your campaign needing to have, say, $400,000, and you ended up with almost 4 million, and you still didn't win, something's wrong. Something's majorly wrong. And yeah, I mean, money doesn't win elections, but again, if 10 times the budget can't get you where you need to be, something's majorly wrong, you see? Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because politics is a big business. It's a huge business. And a lot of people make a business out of it. A lot of people make the business out of living off other people. And again, when they get asked about local issues, it's embarrassing, really. It's embarrassing that they're looking for something to sound interesting instead of just saying, you know what? Yeah, I mean, secure borders or whatever, or other things may be a national issue, right? Because it is. But I'm sure a lot of people locally want that too, right? Or mask mandates. They're terrified of being controversial. If you really think they're terrified of being controversial on the campaign trail, do you think they're really going to fight for you when they get to Congress? Probably not. Do you think they're really going to stand up to Nancy Pelosi or any of those people? Probably not. So anyway, just wanted to share that with you. I will talk to you soon because, again, it's not so much about intellectual ability. It's not so much about saying the right things. It's about being in this for the right reasons. Because if you're not, there are thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of lives that are at risk of losing lives, their livelihood, their future. Who knows where this is all going to end up? Who knows? Who knows where this is all going with the way we're going? I mean, it's pretty insane, you know, watching what's going on in Afghanistan, watching what's going on with the vaccines, watching what's going on with this pandemic that was thrown at us. People are losing their jobs everywhere because they don't want to get the vaccine. It's disgusting. And you need warriors and you need fighters. You don't need politicians that sound the right way or tell you what you want to hear. Okay? Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Bye-bye.